In southwest Scotland, between the Firth of Clyde and the lands of Kyle, lies a town called Ayr. Robert Burns, Ayr's most famous son, stands in the square named after him, thinking still perhaps that a man's a man for all that. The Kilts are something special. They're here for the World Pipe Band Championship. A thousand pipers and more from Scotland and overseas are here for the competition held at Ayr's Dam Park. He's a keen one. Warming up for something anyway, while his mates are taking it easy for a bit. Checkmate or penalty kick. You enjoy yourself the way you want to, while the pipes skittle and the drums beat.
Villelmus de gratia rex Scotorum.
Greeting. Let those present and to come know that I have made a borough at my new castle upon Ayr, and have granted to the same borough and to my burgesses dwelling within it all the liberties and all the free customs which my
omnibus
other
probis
boroughs.
hominibus tocius
And so it began, early in the 13th century, by William the Lion's charter, a free town, taking its name from the river it grew beside. The growth of a town like Ayr is more than the catalogue of its stones and mortar. Ayr was growing while Alloway Kirk was falling into ruin. It was growing as Cromwell came and went, leaving behind him, in some gesture of piety and remorse, a splendid new church. They call it now the Auld Kirk. Much of Ayr's early prosperity derived from the sea. But later, it was a different story. Our harbour is totally ruined. Our bridge daily fails. So a new bridge was built in the 18th century, fell down within 10 years, and left the old brig standing. It's still here today, beside its modern counterpart. Robert Burns said that whiskey and freedom gang together. And the whiskey flows freely enough in Ayr and all over Scotland, as the immortal memory is celebrated with the traditional burnt supper.
Here fire on his sunset face, great chieftain of the pudding race. I've been them all ye take your place.
In Ayr, they celebrate the man who celebrated Ayr. Auld Ayr, wham ne'er a tune surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. And the honest men and the bonny lasses have another way of remembering Burns. The June Tam O'Shanter ride. When Chapman Billies leave the street and Ruthie neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, well, we set boozing at the nappy and getting foo and unca happy. We think na on the lang Scot smiles, the mosses, water, saps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brews like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth fand honest Tam O'Shanter, as he frae Ayr, ae nicht did canter. And at the old bridge of Alloway, where Tam's trusty mount, the grey mare Meg, jumped the river Doon just clear of the pursuing witches of Alloway Kirkyard, the Tam O'Shanter ride, 20th century style, reaches its climax. It's not just a tourist gimmick, it's remembering what makes Ayr people, the people of Ayr. There was a time when this work was done by teams of men and women, singing as they scythed and gathered. The songs they sang were harvested by Burns, milled in his mind to a beauty we can't forget. Another kind of harvest. Ayr is today a thriving inshore fishing port. It used to be the third port of Scotland. But the future of Ayr lay not as a seaport. The British Empire was creating a new leisured class. The elegance of their pleasure-seeking has left us some fine buildings. Henry Coburn, the 19th century diarist, remembered what it was like. Ayr was then filled with the families of gentlemen from the country, from India and from public service. And it was a gay, card-playing, dancing, scandal-loving place. And to get up a ball, nothing was wanted but for somebody to suggest it.
Sister Phoebe, I do wish you were here with me in Ayr, where all the effects the novelists have observed of gentlemen upon a young girl's heart do truly occur. Why, only yesterday, after a wonderful ball the previous night, Charity, Florence, and I were picnicking by the river. And something happened.
Hey, Billy!
health and pleasure, say the town's holiday brochures. And holidays are Ayr's main industry. Glaswegians have been coming here for generations. For them, it is one of the jewels on what they call the Costa Clyde. They talk about which, being translated, means that a jolly good time is to be had by one and all in Ayr during the trade's holiday fortnight. And whatever the language, word has spread. There are thousands who come from Lancashire and Yorkshire to relax and enjoy themselves. Scotland's premier racecourse is at Ayr, and especially on Gold Cup Day in September, the punters flock here in their thousands. What would Burns have said about Gold Cup Day? Certainly, there's more than horses here. You could make bets with yourself about the people, which are the winners and which the losers. Or, as our man said, wad some poor the gifty gie us, to see ourselves as others see us. I say, there's a filly for you. Astonishingly fine fetlock, sir. Wonder what the odds on her would be. James, £5 each way in the brook can't run nae way. There are quieter pleasures too in Ayr. The people of Ayr are a bustling, forward-looking people. They don't have time to think too much about history. But sometimes, in a certain light maybe, on the old brig in winter, they remember that other kind of bridge. The bridge between past and present, and the identity that Robert Burns helped to fix for them. And that's a valuable thing these days, identity.